Welcome to the Apache Kafka tutorial series. This is a complete course, from absolute beginner all the way to building real-world production systems. By the end of this course, you will understand how Kafka works, how to use it, and how to build pipelines that move data at scale. The course has 25 lessons organized into 3 sections: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. In this video, I am going to walk you through every section, every lesson, and what you will be able to do after each one. Let us go through it. Before we look at the lessons, let me tell you who this course is built for. This course is for you if you are a developer who keeps hearing about Kafka but has never actually used it. If you understand basic programming concepts like variables, functions, and loops, you are ready. If you want to understand Kafka deeply and not just copy commands from the internet, and if you want to build real projects by the end of the course. You may want to skip ahead if you already know Kafka well and only need the advanced topics. Or if you specifically need Kafka 4 with Kraft right now, that is covered in Lesson 25. Or if you are looking for a managed cloud Kafka service tutorial, this course focuses on self-hosted Kafka. One important thing, no prior Kafka experience is needed. Every concept in this course is explained from first principles before it is ever used in a practical lesson. Before we go through the lessons, what exactly is Apache Kafka? Kafka is a distributed event streaming platform. It lets systems send, store, and receive millions of messages per second, reliably at scale. You have definitely used products powered by Kafka without knowing it. LinkedIn processes over 1 trillion messages per day through Kafka. Netflix uses it for real-time recommendations. Uber moves trip and payment events through Kafka. Airbnb runs its booking pipeline on it. Twitter processes its activity streams with it. Kafka solves 3 core problems. Speed. It handles millions of events per second without slowing down. Reliability. Messages are stored on disk, so they are never lost even if a server goes down. And scale, you can add more capacity as your system grows without redesigning anything. Lesson 1 goes into full detail on all of this. This slide is just the hook. The beginner section covers lessons 1 through 9 and has 2 parts, theory and practical. Theory lessons 1 to 6 build your foundation. Lesson 1 explains what Kafka is and why it exists. Lesson 2 covers broker clusters and Zookeeper, how multiple brokers work together and how they stay coordinated. Lesson 3 introduces topics and messages, the core data structure. Lesson 4 goes deep on partitions, how Kafka parallelizes storage and delivery. Lesson 5 covers producers, how data gets into Kafka. And Lesson 6 covers consumers and consumer groups, how data gets read back out. Then the practical lessons 7, 8, and 9, put everything to work on your actual machine. Lesson 7 is setting up Kafka locally. You install Java, download Kafka, and get Zookeeper and the broker running in 2 terminal tabs. Lesson 8 is your first topic. You create list, describe, and delete topics directly from the command line. Lesson 9 is send and receive your first message. You start the console producer, type messages in, start the console consumer, and watch the messages appear in real time. You see the full producer to broker to consumer flow live on your own machine. After Lesson 9, you will have Kafka running locally, topics created, and messages flowing end-to-end. The intermediate section covers lessons 10 through 19, again split into theory and practical. Theory lessons 10 to 14, go under the hood. Lesson 10 covers partition leaders and followers, which broker is in charge of each partition and why. Lesson 11 covers replication factor and ISR, how Kafka keeps copies of your data safe across multiple brokers. Lesson 12 covers message keys and ordering, how to guarantee that related messages always go to the same partition in the same order. Lesson 13 covers producer acknowledgements and delivery, the 3 levels of delivery guarantee and when to use each one. Lesson 14 covers consumer offset management, how consumers track their position and recover from failures. Then the practical lessons 15 to 19, level up significantly. Lesson 15 gets Kafka running in Docker using Docker Compose, no more manual terminal setup. Lesson 16 builds a real producer in Python using the Kafka Python library. Lesson 17 builds a real consumer in Python with a proper poll loop and offset management. Lesson 18 connects producer and consumer together in a full end-to-end Python pipeline. And Lesson 19 is a mini project, a complete order event system that simulates real-world order processing through Kafka. After Lesson 19, you will be writing real Kafka code in Python and running a complete working project. The advanced section covers lessons 20 through 25, all theory, all production-grade topics. Lesson 20 is Kafka Connect, how to move data between Kafka and external systems like databases and file storage using source and sink connectors, without writing any custom code. Lesson 21 is Kafka Streams, the built-in stream processing API that lets you filter, transform, and aggregate messages as they flow through Kafka in real time. Lesson 22 is Schema Registry and Avro, how to enforce a structure on your messages so producers and consumers always agree on the data format, and how to evolve that format safely over time. Lesson 23 is Kafka Security, SSL and TLS encryption for data in transit, SASL authentication for verifying who is connecting, and access control lists for authorizing what they can do. Lesson 24 is Kafka Monitoring and Metrics, JMX metrics, consumer lag, and how to set up alerting so you know when something is wrong before your users do. Lesson 25 is Kraft Mode, Kafka without Zookeeper. This is Kafka 4. After spending the whole course understanding what Zookeeper does, Lesson 25 explains exactly why it was removed, how Kraft replaces it internally, and what the migration path looks like. After Lesson 25, you will understand how Kafka works in real production environments. Before you start, here is how this course is designed, because the approach matters. First principle, why before how. Every concept is explained with a reason before you ever see a command. You will never be asked to copy something you do not understand. Second principle, knowledge chain. Every lesson builds only on concepts that were taught in previous lessons. You will never encounter a term that has not already been explained. The course is designed so each lesson is a direct continuation of the last. Third principle, theory then practice. Theory lessons teach you the concept so you understand it fully. Practical lessons then put it to work in a real terminal with real commands and real output. You see both sides of every topic. There are two types of lessons throughout the course. Theory lessons, which cover concepts and understanding, and practical lessons, which are hands-on terminal recordings where you follow along on your own machine. Lessons 1 through 9 are already published and available in this playlist right now. Start with Lesson 1. New lessons are released regularly. Follow the playlist so you are notified when the next one drops. Let us get started.